Angles of triangles. Interior angles of a polygon, the angles inside of a polygon. So that means that it is these values right here. Exterior angles of a polygon. When the sides of a polygon are extended, other angles are formed. The angles outside the polygon that are adjacent to the interior angles are called the exterior angles. So those values are going to be over here, over there, and there. All right, so the key idea, the sum of the interior angle measures, interior angle measures of a triangle is 180 degrees. So that means that if we take x degrees plus y degrees plus z degrees, that's going to equal 180 degrees. So example 1, using interior angle measures, we're going to find the value of x. We know that all the angles, all three of the angles will add up to 180. So I'm going to set up an equation. 32 plus 48 plus x equals 180. I'm going to combine my like terms. I'll get 80 plus x equals 180. Solving it normally by subtracting 80 from both sides, I get x equals 100. So I'm going to put the degree sign because that means it equals 100 degrees. All right, letter B. Once again, we're going to add up all the sides. X plus 28 plus x plus this sign right here means that that's 90 degrees. And that equals 180. So I'm going to combine my like terms. 2x plus 118 equals 180. I'm going to subtract both sides by 118. I get 2x equals 62. Divide both sides by 2. X, equals 31 degrees. All right, you got 2 problems to try while I get this next board up. All right, we're going to find the value of x. Same idea as before. 81 plus 25 plus x equals 180. 85 and 21 is 106 plus x equals 180. Subtract 106 from both sides. You get x equals 74 degrees. All right, letter D, same thing. X plus x minus 35 plus 43 equals 180. I'm just copying down what all those values are. I'm going to combine my like terms. 2x plus, well, I'm going to add the opposite. So I can see that that's negative 35 plus 43, which gives you an answer of 8. And that equals 180. Subtract 8 from both sides. Well, I'm going to have to continue that work over on the side. So that'll leave me with 2x equals 172. Divide both sides by 2. You have x equals 86 degrees. Back to my answer. All right, so the measure of a exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of the measures of the 2 non-adjacent interior angles. Non-adjacent means that it's not next to. So if we were to look at these two angles are not adjacent to this last angle. So we have x degrees plus y degrees, and that equals z degrees. That gives us the option to be able to quickly find the measure of angle Z instead of adding these two, subtracting it from 180, getting this one, subtracting that from 180. You just add these two and it gives you that angle measure. So let's practice that with letter E. We're going to take 36 plus 72, and that's going to equal X. So 108 degrees equals X. I'm going to write it in the simplest form of having the X on the left side. So X equals 108 degrees. All right, letter F. We have A minus 5 plus 80 equals 2A. I'm going to add the opposite, so I know that's negative 5. A plus 75 equals 2A. Subtract A from both sides. I got 75 equals A. So A is 75 degrees. Perfect. All right, on your own, let's try that. 40 plus 30 equals Y. 70 equals Y, so Y equals 70 degrees. Letter H. This one's bringing in some more variables. So we're going to take 2n plus 20 plus n plus, plus n. Sorry about that. That's going to equal 4n minus 20. So I'm going to add the opposite, combine my like terms. 3n plus 20 equals 4n plus negative 20. I'm going to add 20 to both sides. 3n plus 40 equals 4n. I'm going to bring that work up here. I'm just rewriting it so that way it's easier to see and follow along. I'm going to subtract 3n from both sides. I get 40 equals n. So n is 40 degrees. Now, we're not quite done with letter F or letter H. It says find the measures of the exterior angle. We found the value of A and we found the value of n. But that's not actually what the value is outside. So I need to plug this A value in here. So 2 times 75. So that's 150 degrees. That's actually my answer. So I'm going to get rid of that one. So that's something to be cautious about when you're trying these and when you're doing your test with this. All right, then for letter H, we want to plug this into our equation. So we're going to do 4 times 40 minus 20. So 80 minus 20, 60. So that is 60 degrees as our answer. Sometimes you're going to have more steps to do. All right, example 3, real life application. An airplane leaves Miami around the Bermuda Triangle. What's the value of X? Well, let's find that. We know that they're all inside angles. All angles in a triangle add up to 180. So we're going to go X plus 62 and 8/10 plus 2X minus 44 and 8/10, and that equals 180 degrees. I'm going to put my like terms together, but first I'm going to add the opposite. So I know that's a negative 44. So that is 3X plus 18 equals 180. Subtract 18 from both sides. We have 3x equals 162. Divide both sides by 3. X equals 54 degrees. Before I say that's the final answer, I'm going to go back and read what it asks. What is the value of X? X is 54 degrees. Okay, I don't need to plug it into anything. Great job. Work on that homework.